Good morning. We are going to open the session immediately.
Ready when you are.
For those of you listening, our objective today is a page-by-page technical review of the document we have in front of us, titled The Claude Agentic Ecosystem.pdf.
Right.
We are focusing specifically on analyzing Anthropic's shift from a standard large language model to a comprehensive agentic ecosystem.
And to be clear, my analysis will focus strictly on the architectural layers.
And mechanics.
Exactly, the mechanics. We need to look at the plumbing, specifically the connectors, the skills, and the Model Context Protocol, the MCP. We'll be dissecting the operational output of these layers today.
Excellent. Let's jump right in. I'm introducing slide 1, which is titled The Automated Ecosystem Beyond the Chatbot.
Yeah.
Now, the strategic intent here is clear. We see a headline valuation of $380 billion, which the text explicitly attributes to ecosystem expansion.
Right. It's a massive figure.
It is. And the core paradigm shift driving that for you as an enterprise leader is the transition from text-based chatting to direct read and write action.
That's the crux of it.
So technically speaking, if we break down the ecosystem architecture shown in the visual, what is the structural change?
Well, it's a complete topology change. If you look at the center, the central node is identified as Claude Core Intelligence.
Okay.
And from that core, the diagram details 3 strategic zones connecting to it.
Right.
Zone 1 is business automation, which includes the connectors, skills, and plugins. Zone 2 is developer tools, housing the MCP gear and the terminal window.
And the third?
Zone 3 covers native integrations, specifically listing Excel, PowerPoint, and Slack. But there's another critical data point here.
Recursive innovation.
Precisely. The visual notes that Claude Cowork features were partially architected by Claude Code itself.
Meaning the system is writing its own tooling.
Exactly. It's a closed-loop development cycle.
That significantly accelerates the development timeline. Let's proceed to slide 2, titled Layer 1 Connectors, the Hands of the AI.
The foundational layer.
Right. The strategic purpose here is bridging the intelligence directly to the data, which explicitly removes the manual copy-pasting bottleneck from your workflows.
Yeah, and the technical schematic here is very specific. It illustrates a 3-pipe data flow.
Break that down for us.
Sure. You have read access, you have write action, and a parallel of secure auth pipe.
The authorization is what keeps the enterprise data secure.
Exactly. And the integrations listed are the standard enterprise stack, Gmail, Stripe, Canva, Zoom, and Salesforce.
But the key here is the right action pipe, correct?
It is. The capability is labeled action-oriented. It's not just fetching data for you to read. It enables actions like fetch designs or upload files.
It performs the actual click path.
Yes, it executes.
Which brings us to the logic governing those executions. Moving to slide 3, the heading is Layer 2 Skills Codifying Standard Operating Procedures.
This is where it gets highly structured.
Right, because raw access is dangerous without rules. So the intent here is defining skills as reusable, structured instructions, or SOPs, that transform repetitive tasks into executable workflows.
If you dissect the skill diagram or the SOP diagram on this slide, it starts with an input.
A user command.
Yes, a natural language command. The example they provide is draft LinkedIn post.
Okay.
That input hits the skill creator, which the diagram shows writing underlying JSON or YAML code to create the actual logic and instructions.
And for those of you dealing with deployment, translating natural language into JSON or YAML is critical because it removes the ambiguity, right?
Exactly. It turns a fuzzy request into deterministic code. This logic then combines specific connectors. The visual shows Gmail and Calendar to produce a completed action.
And I see there's a refinement loop.
Yes, the refinement aspect. It allows iterative testing so you can make style adjustments, like instructing the system to make it punchy, which updates the JSON parameters for the next run.
You are essentially hard-coding your middle management instructions.
You really are.
Let's scale that up. Turning to slide 4, the heading is Layer 3 Plugins Orchestrating Departmental Workflows.
The aggregator function.
Precisely. For you as an organizational leader, this is the umbrella. Plugins bundle these capabilities for specific business functions like finance or HR.
The case study they examine here is a marketing plugin.
Walk us through the schematic.
It's structured as a deployable unit for a team. Inside, it contains specific skills like campaign plan, brand review, and social drafting.
Connected to specific tools.
Right. The connectors listed for this plugin are HubSpot, Canva, and Google Ads.
And the efficiency mechanism.
They highlight a /command capability. For example, typing /brand review instantly initiates that specific workflow.
It's instant execution.
It is. And crucially, companies can fork and modify these plugins. They are customizable for highly specific corporate contexts.
So you aren't stuck with the off-the-shelf logic. You fork the code, adapt it to your specific brand guidelines, and deploy it internally. This shifts us into a different operational cadence. Let's advance to slide 5, titled Scheduled Tasks from Reactive to Proactive AI.
A major transition.
It is. The strategic intent is the shift from autonomy that depends on human prompts to zero-touch automation initiated by machine schedules.
The timeline visual outlines this clearly.
Go ahead.
The trigger is set for a recurring time, specifically 10:00 a.m.
Okay.
This initiates a sequence. First, web research, then compile data, and finally draft email. The resulting example is a daily AI trends digest.
And the underlying infrastructure making this zero-touch.
The document details a feature called background ops. This runs via Claude in a Chrome extension.
Meaning it operates outside the active user session.
Yes, users provide oversight via a transparent context window, but the system is running the execution independently in the background.
That decoupling from the active browser tab is a massive deployment advantage. Now, moving to slide 6, which covers Claude Code, the developer's terminal agent.
The developer tool zone.
Right. We are looking at a specialized toolset integrating Claude directly into the terminal for coding and security.
If we analyze the terminal window interface shown, the command input is greater than Claude code scanning.
And the output.
The result reads vulnerability found in package.json, immediately followed by fixing.
So it's not just reporting the issue, it is proactively remediating it.
Correct. The listed capabilities include writing code, managing files, reviewing PRs, and fixing security vulnerabilities.
And there's a remote control element as well.
Yes, the mobile-first session management. The visual shows a QR code protocol that allows a developer to approve PRs remotely from a mobile device.
Eliminating latency in the code review cycle.
Precisely.
Let's transition to slide 7, titled MCP, the Model Context Protocol Bridge.
The interoperability layer.
For our listeners, the strategic intent here is defining MCP as the universal translator. It is intended to eliminate the translation tax between external data sources and coding environments.
The workflow diagram illustrates this using a Figma to code example.
Break down the sequence.
The source is a Figma design file. The bridge is the MCP server, the model context protocol, and the output is React code.
So the model is reading the design file and generating the front-end code directly.
Yes, bypassing manual translation entirely. Furthermore, the ecosystem section mentions pre-built servers for Google Drive, Notion, and Slack.
As well as custom ones.
Exactly. It explicitly notes custom configurations for proprietary databases.
Establishing a standard data language across the enterprise. Let's turn to slide 8, Native Integrations Claude in Microsoft and Slack.
Meeting users where they work.
That is the core strategy here, reducing context switching by embedding the agent into the high-usage enterprise applications you already rely on.
The visual provides 3 interface examples.
What are we looking at?
First, in Excel, we see a prompt for building sensitivity table. This is used to build financial models and analyze datasets natively within the spreadsheet.
Okay.
In PowerPoint, the prompt shows generating 5-slide deck. It's generating multi-slide presentations directly from prompts.
And the third integration.
Slack. We see a command at Claude research this trend. This is used to conduct research and answer queries directly within the chat interface.
So it is operating the native objects of these applications.
Yes, the cells, the slides, the messages.
This brings us to the human capital impact. Proceeding to slide 9, the heading is Strategic Implications, the redefinition of work.
A critical assessment.
The chart here is the skill evolution chart. The core implication for you to understand is that the immediate risk is not unemployment, but unemployability for those who fail to adapt to this architecture.
The document contrasts the old paradigm with the new paradigm.
Detail the shift.
Under the old paradigm, tasks included task execution, manual research, and writing code.
The manual doing.
Right. The new paradigm shifts to workflow architecture, system management, and validating outputs.
From the operator to the designer.
Exactly. And the timeline noted is highly aggressive. It cites a 6-month window for adoption to meet standard expectations.
2 quarters.
Yes. The competency shift is moving rapidly from an executor to a validator or architect.
Which makes the final section critical for deployment. Concluding with slide 10, the heading is Next Steps, Building Your Automated Workflow.
A tactical action plan.
Right. How do you implement this today?
It lists 4 sequential steps. Step 1 is connect. Install the desktop app and authorize connectors.
Establishing access.
Yes. Step 2 is codify. Build one SOP skill. The specific example given is an email summarizer.
Starting small to map the JSON logic.
Correct. Step 3 is automate. Set a scheduled task for recurring research.
Testing the background operations.
Exactly. And step 4 is expand. Deploy departmental plugins to scale the workflows across teams.
Excellent. To summarize this deep dive, the document effectively outlines a fundamental technical migration. We are moving from single-turn chat interfaces to background agentic processes. This requires connectors for access, structured SOPs for logic execution, and the MCP standard for data interoperability.
And looking at the trajectory from slide 1, particularly the recursive self-improvement where Claude Code builds AI tools, the velocity of this shift will only increase. The defining window for integrating this workflow architecture is strictly mapped here as 6 months.
A highly condensed timeline. And I want to leave you listening with a final thought to consider. If standard operating procedures are now executing themselves and the AI is self-correcting the YAML and JSON logic in the background, what happens to your organizational memory when the original human architects transition out of your firm? You are rapidly approaching a state where you are no longer just managing human employees, but managing a synthetic workforce executing logic that no human currently at your company actually wrote. Think about the governance structures you will need to audit a system that improves itself while you sleep. We will close the session here.